It seems like the gaming industry finds new ways to both impress me and not impress me at the same time. It's a new day and a big day for video game news, and oh my god, this day could just not get fucking worse, or at least the industry could not get more fucking miserable as it has been for the last couple of years at this point. I'd like to say I'm surprised, but I'm not at the same time. Like, part of me, I'm like shocked of some of these things, and at the same time, I'm also, it seems like this has just become the norm for the industry, and it genuinely fucking sucks. I don't even know where to start. I guess I'll start with the first news I heard this morning, which was Rocksteady dealing with massive layoffs after the poor reception of Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, which again doesn't really surprise me because the quality of that game is very poor and just not good in general. But still, that doesn't mean that I like watching developers being treated like shit and being treated like they're expendable. Like, I really do not like watching that. It's horrible. It's disgusting, and the fact that this whole fucking thing, this whole mass layoffs or just mass shutting down of entire studios has been just really depressing to watch, like, constantly. Like, it almost seems like every day there's news of another studio shutting down or massive layoffs from a big gaming studio, and it's just fucking, it's horrible. I hate it. I legitimately fucking hate what has become of this industry. Now, the other news that I read really caught me off guard because, in a way, I did expect this to happen, but I did not expect it to happen this way in particular, especially the fact that a AAA first-person hero shooter from Sony PlayStation will be completely shut down. I don't know exactly how much time there is before they just completely shut down Concord, but holy shit, they are shutting down Concord! And I do need to emphasize this, that I'm not shocked by this. The numbers on this game have not been very good. I don't think it's doing very well sales-wise, so I'm not surprised of the fact that they're just kind of abandoning this game, but the fact that they're doing it 2 weeks after it has come out is ridiculous. Like, that shit is insane. Like, usually when in this kind of situations or in this kind of scenarios, they usually at least give a couple of months for the game to even try to find an audience of some sort. But no, they just said, okay, this is not working, fuck it, shut it down, shut it all down. And again, I truly feel bad for the developers for this because they worked 8 years on this, which to this day, that still boggles my fucking mind. How would they work on this for 8 years? But okay, whatever, that's besides the point. It still saddens me to see that all the work that the developers put into this is just going to be completely gone. Like, and the fact that you won't be able to have access to this like ever. I don't know what they're gonna do with this game, honestly. I don't know if it'll, at some point they'll make it free to play, or maybe they'll drop it on PlayStation Plus. I don't know what's the future for this game. The only thing that we know for sure is that they are just completely shutting down this thing. And again, while I'm not surprised, it does make me feel bad for the developers. Like, you see me laughing, but I'm laughing not because of, look at these fucking motherfuckers, they wasted their time on this shit. No, I am laughing because it's so ridiculous just how common and how worse is it just gonna get as the industry keeps growing. And the last bit of news that I read, and this one also didn't really surprise me, but the fact that it came from the horse's mouth was shocking, to say the least. Phil Spencer saying that he has not done a good job in his video game decision making, which I'm like, no, really? Fucking really? Not shocked by this at all. I mean, if you've seen what's been going on with Xbox and Microsoft as of late, you know that this guy has made some of the stupidest fucking decisions I've ever seen from a big fucking video game company. I just find the self-report insanely funny. Probably just came out to say I'm washed. Which begs the question, what are you still doing here? The head of this huge video game and tech company comes out and says that you have not been making the best video game decisions. Why are you still doing this? Why don't you give this job to somebody that, you know, actually gives a shit and actually, I don't know, can do better video game decisions than you? This fucking guy who himself admitted that he has not been doing a great job with his fucking job makes a lot more money than the actual people that make the fucking games. I just want you to let that sink in. Today in general has just been a mess when it comes to video game news. It's so surreal how things like massive layoffs, bad decision making, and shutting down an entire game 2 weeks after its release is insane. Like, they just shotgunned that shit today, and it's like, come on, man. The future of the gaming industry really looks bleak. Like I mentioned in one of my past videos, I think it was the one where Microsoft announced that they were shutting down Arcane Austin and Tango Gameworks. We're talking about how the industry has changed in many good ways, but it's also changed in many bad ways. These are trends that should not be a thing. It is not normal to see constant studio layoffs, constant studio shutdowns in a matter of a couple of months. That shit's just not normal and should not be the norm from the industry. Something genuinely needs to fucking change. And before any fucking stupid motherfucker comes out and says, oh, these fucking failures are because of woke and DI. No, you fucking idiot. That's not why any of these games failed or why any of these studios were shut down. That was not the reason. I stopped listening to stupid motherfuckers that don't even know the industry. Stop listening to fucking frauds. Stop listening to idiots that have no fucking idea what they're even talking about. When Suicide Squad killed the Justice League, that was a case of a bad game that suffered terrible production, also just the studio making a game that they're not really familiarized with making. And when Concord, it's something similar. The problem is that Concord had no player base. While the game was fun, for what I've heard from a lot of people that did actually play it, they thought the game was actually fun and decent at least, but that it wasn't enough, or there wasn't enough meat there to really bring people in and make a community out of this game. That's the real reason for the failure of these games, not whatever fucking moron on Twitter now says and a bunch of stupid motherfuckers fall for it. The one thing that I do want to end this video with is that my heart goes out to developers, because a lot of them are losing their jobs, and a lot of them are also losing their hard work to the fucking abyss, and that is legitimately sad, and nobody in the industry deserves this shit. But what do you think of these recent news? I guess the only good news that came from this is that we got new Mario and Luigi Brothers ship footage, which is ironic because the main place that takes place in that game is called Concordia. Maybe not the best timing now that I think about it. But let me know down in the comments what you think of this whole mess. This is just really depressing, and something needs to change before things get a lot worse. But anyways, thank you so much for watching, and like always, good day, good night, and stay safe.